Good morning. If you didn't go and subscribe, I know my hair is a mess. Stop acting like my mom. I'm trying to get to 55,000 subscribers, so go ahead. If you're new, go ahead and go down there, subscribe, and like the video as well. Try to get to like 300 likes. That'd be greatly appreciated. Let's get into this. I don't think the Spider-Man 2 DLC could work. Comment down below if you agree or not, but I'm going to give my reasons why right here. For starters, Peter is obviously on a break, and who knows how long that break is, but I think it would be kind of a bit of a kick in the ass to have him just come back in DLC. Kind of makes the events of this same game. He's basically he retired in the same game or took a break for the same game, came back in DLC. Does that really sound like it's going to be a climatic comeback? It doesn't really sound like it would be a good idea. That's one obstacle that the DLC would have to get over if they're going to be coming out and doing it, even though they still haven't even came out with New Game. They haven't even came out with New Game Plus yet. So who knows when this DLC is even going to come out. I mean, they thought that they were going to come out with New Game Plus in December, but obviously they were rushed in every department. So that still didn't happen. Potentially Miles can come up and do the DLC by himself, but I don't know how well that would be taken. Like, if every chapter is from Miles' point of view, even if there's a Carnage one, which has been kind of leaked and rumored, then I think a lot of people would be very upset, myself included, because Peter and Yuri is what should be the driving force for this DLC, not Miles. What they could do is, for the first part, have Miles come in, maybe fight a couple villains, and then at the end of that DLC pack, it sets up Carnage and him coming back, maybe even beating the shit out of Miles, and then Peter comes back after that. I think that could be an interesting storyline. Of course, I could go into the second, DLC, and it could finish off the whole symbiote storyline, which is fine with me. One thing that Yuri did say was, of course, it could take months or years, and I think that is very interesting, because who knows if they're going to do a time jump, too. A time jump would be very interesting in this DLC, and I don't know how far they were willing to go, but it is very interesting that it could be a potential giant, time skip in this game or in this DLC. So I'm interested to see how they handle that as well. The last thing, or the last couple things I want to say is I want these symbiotes gone, dude. Honest to God. And I'm conflicted because, like I said in the beginning, I think that Peter should stay in the break, like the whole DLC. Like, personally, I think that he should come back in a sequel. My perfect scenario is that Miles basically starts off the game in Spider-Man 3. Goblin comes in, beats the shit out of Peter. Maybe even, like, I said this on a Twitter post before the actress was getting harassed by random ass fucking crazy ass incel Spider-Man fans. I blame every woke YouTuber that was talking about how, oh, MJ looks ugly, MJ's so ugly. You guys are the problem for why people are getting harassed at their jobs, you fucking weirdo. Anyway, when you go on and you go on to it, I basically said that MJ should be put into a coma for the whole game by Goblin. And I think that could be a good workaround for killing off, the Spider-Man girlfriend or whatever. So she's in a coma for a little bit. She doesn't get, like, fridged. She could come back. Maybe she wakes up in a hospital and then you get MJ gameplay. There you go. That could be an amazing comeback. So what I'm saying here is that there's cooler ways to bring Peter back than just ring, Yuri. Oh, you want me to come back to fight Carnage? Sure. Zoop, and comes back. Like, would that be very interesting? Maybe. But I think there could be way better ways to bring him back. But on the other hand, why I'm so conflicted is that I want these symbiotes done, bro. I'm sick and tired of the symbiote storyline already. Like, the whole Venom thing turned me off. I'm willing to see Venom versus Carnage in, like, a Venom solo game, right? That'd be great. But to continue seeing more stuff after Spider-Man 2, like in Spider-Man 3, I will be annoyed. I will be thoroughly annoyed that they're bringing more symbiotes into Spider-Man 3 and trying to make that a big plot point when they already did that in the Spider-Man 2 game. They're being redundant if they do that again. Like, what really is the Flame? What's the Flame doing? Killing people? He's basically turning people into symbiotes or killing them by sucking them into himself. Like, we already see the Flame's plans, and they're almost identical to Venom. So the only way that they can make him, interesting is by causing chaos or just being Cletus Cassidy, being a little bit more of a personality than what Harry and Venom were. And I personally would like that. I would like to see that. But I want it done now, and I don't want it in the third game. We don't need him as the main villain. We already got Goblin, bro, and Doc Ock's gonna be there. It's gonna be jam-packed if you fucking put Carnage in the third game. just finish him in DLC. But that's another thing, is that I don't want Peter to come back until the third game. So it's either they bring Peter back, finish off Carnage, and he can take another break, or they save Carnage for the third game, which I don't like that decision. So I think that DLC decision where he comes back, he beats up Carnage would be a good one. But overall, I just want the symbiotes gone. I'm sick and tired of the symbiote storyline, and it would be very redundant to do it in a third game. Getting it done now would be nice, but even still, it's a very weird thing where people are going to complain no matter what. So, you know, I just feel like the DLC can work, but it's going to be a shit show when people are going to start bitching and moaning about why Peter's back, and, you know, why isn't Carnage in the third game and stuff like that. And, you know, Miles probably being the first character that you play as, they're like, oh god, we're playing as Miles now. So I can see a bunch of people bitching and moaning about the DLC in general already. It can work, and I want it to work. I just want the symbiotes gone. So thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys are new, go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next couple of videos. Peace out.